7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's Morning Kicks Extra with Randy and Jen.
It's the 138th episode of Morning Kicks Extra.
Woohoo! Extra means an extra dose of Randy and Jen.
And while that may not seem like the best idea, it is a great way to catch up on stuff you might have missed out on during the show.
Or anything you want to listen to again.
Like how Bernie Sanders is running again at the age of 82.
And for all the universities canceling their graduations, we've got a new commencement song.
And we're going to be talking about kid haircut.
You know the time your kids cut their own hair?
So let's get things kicked off
on Morning Kicks Extra.
Morning Kicks Extra with Randy and Jen.
So a farmer in rural Saskatchewan, Canada, recently discovered a 7-foot-long, 3-foot-wide, 80-pound heap of just twisted, burnt metal out in one of his fields, which he suspected was space debris.
Yeah, because, so many Canadian farmers hold degrees in astrophysics, engineering, and all that.
So a group of astronomy professors heard about the case, and they investigated and agreed that, yes, it is in fact space debris from a SpaceX rocket that was launched back in February.
Large chunks of metal from the space whatever have recently been found in Australia and Washington State. One even smashed through the roof of a house down in Florida.
And so far, SpaceX hasn't come to claim the debris from Sawchuk.
Yeah, and why would they? I mean, we all exist to do Elon Musk's bidding anyway, right?
Farmer Sawchuk said he's going to try and sell the space remnant and put the money toward building a hockey rink for his town.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Why? Are the parts of it made out of gold or something? How about a hockey rink?
Yeah.
This is Canada. They can just build it by pouring a glass of water out on the ground.
He did say that he'd noticed the corn in the field was growing really tall, and he can kind of hear it talking now.
Jen's Movie Rehab! And this is where we assign Jen a different movie to watch over the weekend, because before she came to Kicks, she had always turned screaming and run from the room whenever a movie was on, apparently.
No, I just really never watched a whole lot of movies, so
exactly.
Someone would make a movie reference and I just wouldn't get it.
She'd stand there blankly and drool would be on her chin.
Every time.
Yeah.
So I'm slowly being rehabilitated. Every Friday, you give me a movie to watch. I watch it over the weekend, come back on Monday, rank it 1 to 10, and let you know what I thought about it.
So, guess what you're watching this weekend?
Good Will Hunting.
No, you're not watching
Randy,
Good Will Hunting.
come on. I want to watch Good Will Hunting.
Okay.
Really?
No.
Oh,
you're not watching Good Will.
Randy,
You had your
come
chance to watch it. You're not watching
I
it.
didn't mean to forget.
This weekend, we are assigning her the movie Misery.
That doesn't sound nearly as fun as Good Will Hunting.
It makes more sense, though. I mean, Good Will Hunting's not even good English.
It's Good Will Hunting.
Will's a verb.
It's also the guy's last name.
I tell you what, you can watch Good Won't Hunting.
That's not even a thing.
It isn't. Misery, though, is a 1990 American psychological thriller film directed by Rob Reiner, based on the Stephen King 1987 novel of the same name, starring James Caan, Kathy Bates, Lauren Bacall, and Richard Farnsworth. I think this is Kathy Bates' best movie ever. She plays the Ann Wilkes character so well, but it's about this novelist named Paul Sheldon, who has a serious car crash in the winter, and he's rescued by a former nurse named Ann Wilkes, and she is his biggest fan, or at least she claims to be his biggest fan. She's also very psychologically deranged. So she brings him to her remote cabin up in the mountains to recover, where her obsession takes a dark turn when she discovers that Sheldon is killing off her favorite character from his novel.
Oh, no.
So she forces him to bring the character back and write her a novel just for her.
Ooh, interesting.
And he, meanwhile, devises plans for escape. She grows increasingly controlling, very violent, as she forces him to shape his writing to suit her twisted fantasies. It's an amazing book. It was an amazing book. The way Stephen King wrote, he came up with some literary devices in this book that no one else has ever done or done since. And it was a really, really good portrayal of the movie because Rob Reiner directed it. He doesn't do bad movies.
It sounds like it's going to be a scary movie.
Maybe.
Why am I watching a scary movie in April?
So there are things you want to watch for.
You're not going to answer that, okay?
No. Annie's Happy Place. Annie, when she says, "Now I must rinse."
Okay.
And now I must rinse.
What is she rinsing?
You'll see.
Is she rinsing in her happy place?
She's rinsing all sorts of stuff. No, it's a very bad place that she rinses at. But you can come back. You can watch this on Amazon for free if you've got Prime.
Okay, cool.
Or you can rent it from most other platforms. Definitely not one for the kids unless you like to sit up with them until 2:30 in the morning or so.
So So it's called Misery.
Misery.
All right, so I'm going to watch it over the weekend, then I'll come back on Monday, rank it 1 to 10, and let you know what I thought about it.
Morning Kicks Extra with Randy and Jen.
Did you know the Westminster Kennel Club event started yesterday?
Oh, for the Best in Show and all that stuff, right?
Yeah. So the Best in Show will be decided after today's event. So they've got more judging to go today, but that probably could be one of the dogs that was judged yesterday. You know what dog will not be Best of Show?
What?
The stupid flamethrowing robot dog that they've got now that they're calling the Terminator.
Yeah, this is kind of cool, though. You can control it from your phone. It comes equipped with an ARC or an arc flamethrower mounted on its back. It's capable of shooting jets of fire up to 30 feet.
And you can buy it online.
For how much, though?
$9,400. That's how much.
That's pocket change, right?
The company is Ohio-based Throwflame, and it's not advertised as a weapon because who would see it as a weapon ever?
I mean, I feel like it might be a bit of a weapon.
Well, hot dog.
You know, when it comes to play fetch, you darn well better play fetch.
Yeah, you know what else you could use it for is keeping
What?
visiting relatives away this summer. Speaking of which, order now for Christmas for the kids.
You know, the booklet with all the warnings is actually bigger than the dog itself.
Right? So I don't think this is a good idea. And nobody is thinking about the poor robot dog.
What do you mean?
Well, with
It's a
AI and
robot.
everything, it's probably smarter than you are. Can you see Sarah McLachlan on a commercial, you know?
Will you be an angel for terrifying mechanical canine?
Yeah.
Now you can at Save the Robot Dogs. For only $75,000 or 75,000 cups of coffee, you can adopt a metal mutt and bring it home to your kids.
Bark, bark,
Daddy, help me!
bark.
These synthetic schnauzers may be automated, but they still need your attention.
There's batteries all over the carpet. Hey, how many times have I told you kids to walk this vacuum cleaner?
Bark, bark.
Just look into their sad eyes. Well, you can't because our droid hounds don't have heads, like broken Terminator Skynet bots.
Bark, bark. Kill the humans.
Save the
Wait, what?
robot dogs, because if you don't, they'll come for you.
Morning Kicks Extra with Randy and Jen.
Senator Bernie Sanders, he's announced that he's going to run for a 4th term as senator from Vermont at the age of 82. 82 years old.
A Senate term is 6 years
So he's going to be 88 by the time he's done with his entire term.
if he's elected.
88.
How old is President Biden?
81.
But still, if he was reelected, that would still be like put him at 85 or 80.
Right. So
Still,
Bernie's got him beat.
What is the deal with all the octogenarians in our politics all of a sudden?
I don't know, but experts put Sanders' chance of being reelected at 99%, which is nice because Bernie is very familiar with fighting against the 1%.
Yeah. He's got a brand new campaign song, too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, check this out.
Oh, well, everybody's gonna feel the burn. Burn, burn, burn. A burn's the word. Oh, well, a burn, burn, burn. A burn is the word. Oh, well, a burn, burn, burn. A burn's the word. Oh, well, a burn, burn, burn. A burn's the word. Oh, well, a burn, burn, burn.
It's easy to remember.
Oh, well, a burn, burn. A burn is the word. Oh, well, a burn, burn, burn. Burn's the word. Oh, well, a burn, burn. Burn's the word. Oh, well, a burn, burn, burn. Burn's the word. Oh, well, don't you want to feel the burn? Oh, well, everybody wants to go feel the burn. Oh, well, a burn, burn. A burn's the word. Oh, well, the song is like they wrote 1% of a song and decided to just fill the other 99% with the same thing. Oh, well, a burn, burn, burn.
Morning Kicks Extra.
Today was supposed to be the day that Columbia University over in New York would have had their graduation ceremonies, but all of that was canceled because of the protests.
Yeah. Graduations at universities all across the country have had to be canceled, in fact, due to the disruptions through the protests.
And just last Sunday at Duke University, graduates opposed pro-Israel comedian Jerry Seinfeld speaking at their commencement in North Carolina.
That was so tacky. Did you see the audio from it?
No, I haven't.
Booing and waving their flags and everything. Come on.
Students at campuses all over the U.S., though, this isn't new at this point. They've caused the cancellation of ceremonies because of the protests.
So we thought we would do a little song for all the institutes of higher learning who won't be able to host their commencement ceremonies. Cancel graduation. Protesters shut it down. Spend thousands of dollars. My parents mortgage their house.
Morning Kicks Extra.
We're talking today about kid haircuts.
Like the ones that they gave themselves.
I would say, heaven forbid that your kid ever do this, but if they haven't, it's just a matter of time. They're going to do this.
So tell us the story. Let's all laugh about it together.
What's the way that your kids cut their own hair or someone else's hair?
Well, I got a 12-year-old daughter. One day got a little too close to a candle, and she burnt off of her bangs. So she decided to go ahead and cut them off completely and shave them tight to her head, and then lie to her mom and I and say that she doesn't know how it happened. So now, over a year removed from this, she wears a headband every day and hides what we call her banglet.
Could you imagine asking your kids, what happened to your bangs? And they go,
Oh, she still denies it. She will not give up the truth for the life of her one bit. I mean, I respect her commitment, but come on now. We all know.
That woman she will someday have a career, a very lucrative career in politics.
So what happened with your kids and their clothes? I mean, their hair.
Oh, my sister and I shaved our little sister when she was about 2 years old, used my stepdad's trimmers and clippers, and shaved her bald when she only had peach fuzz.
I love that you just shaved your sister.
My mom was not happy when she got home.
Why did you do it? Do you remember why?
No, I think I was only like 5 or 6 when we did it.
Good idea at the time.
But tell us about the time you cut your own or your siblings' hair.
Silence is golden unless you have a toddler, okay?
Yeah, if it gets quiet, you know something's wrong.
Yes. It was a week before we went to have my maternity pictures done. My youngest daughter at the time, she was real silent, and me and my husband and my older daughter were in the living room watching a movie. And she comes out of the baby's room, and I said, come over here to me real quick, Liza. And so she walks over to me and I said, oh my God, she cut her hair. It was down to her shoulders, and she cut it all the way up to her forehead.
Oh my gosh! I'm tired of those bangs.
Awful. And she strutted around like it was the most prettiest thing, and I was like, oh, let's not go out in public.
It's Morning Kicks Extra with Randy and Jen.
So we've been talking about kid haircuts. My wife bought our youngest daughter a play salon. And I said, that's a mistake. I knew from the get-go that was a mistake. She used to have us come back and get haircuts and fixed up and stuff. We'd sit in the chair and everything, and she'd do a wash. And when she was sinusy, she'd go, pretty. It's real pretty. Sure enough, it was just a matter of time. I think about 6 months in, she cut one of the older sister's hair with a real pair of scissors while they were playing hair salon.
How short it go?
It was one side, so we had to cut the other side to match.
So tell us about the time that your kids cut their own hair or their siblings' hair.
One of my daughters, when they were younger, did nair a part of their hair.
Oh! Wait a minute, put nair on it?
Yes, like actual nair. She had a huge bald spot on the side of her head.
So the answer is yes, Cindy, the nair does work.
Yes, it was very effective.
Tell us about the time your kids gave themselves their own haircut.
Whenever my daughter was a year old, my oldest daughter decided to cut the top of her hair off, like at the very top, and she had a mullet for about a year.
A mullet! What do you think it was about that look that made her want to give that haircut to her sister?
I have no idea, but it was horrible. She looked like Joe Dirt forever.
Joe Dirt. Maybe she saw that movie and thought, yes, that's the look I've been going for.
Tell us about the time that your kid cut their own hair.
I guess I was aggravated at my mom that she was trying to potty train me. So I got bored and grabbed the scissors and took after my own hair. And then the shower curtain, it was brand new, and then found a brand new pair of my mom's jeans.
Just went snip happy.
And then my son in kindergarten decided he was going to get bored one day and cut a reverse mohawk for himself. So.
And your mom was like, serves you right.
Exactly. I've heard about that ever since then, so.
Have you ever cut your own hair or a sibling's hair before?
Well, mine, she was about 3-4 years old, and I was sleeping, and she decided she was going to cut all my hair off on the very top of my head.
No, your hair!
My hair. And it was like a ½ inch long. I thought I was dreaming, and when I woke, I realized that I wasn't dreaming spitting hair out of my mouth. I was really spitting hair out of my mouth.
Your hair wants cutting, Mother.
I immediately called my mom and was like, come get your grandkid. still to this day, she's 16 now, and I tell her, payback is coming.
You mean when she comes to visit from Grandma's house?
That's right.
It's Morning Kicks Extra with Randy and Jen.
We're talking today about kid haircuts.
Whether your kid cut their own hair.
Or someone else's. You can tell us at 623-1025.
Did your kid cut their own hair? What happened?
Well, I can honestly tell you never trust an older sister with a pair of scissors.
That's
so,
true.
my sister stuck a bowl on my head and cut my hair right before picture day.
So you look like Mo?
Yeah, I exactly did, yeah.
You're like, oh, wise guy.
Have you ever noticed that these always seem to happen right before picture day?
Picture day or some big event. I think that's directly correlative. The likelihood of your kid cutting their hair is directly related to the importance of the event that's coming up.
Has your kid ever cut their own hair?
My daughter was 3 years old. My brother was getting married. The bride-to-be took my child out of state to get fitted for her bridesmaid's dress. Her 4-year-old niece scalped her.
What?
She had never had a haircut in her life.
Oh, my gosh.
It was so bad that her hair ended up being an inch long, and underneath the parts that she did have hair, there were holes. It was so bad that we had to try to cover her head with a flower ring at the wedding because it was so bad.
That poor kid.
What about yours? Did your kids ever cut their own hair?
So my son at the time was 3. He disappeared, and I went to go check on him in the bathroom, and he took my electric shavers and shaved one line straight down the middle of his head.
Oh, my God!
He just wanted like a racing stripe.
All the way.
Yeah.
And he just thought it was so funny. He thought he just did a really, really good job.
What about the time when your kid cut their own hair?
I didn't cut my own hair, but my brother did when he was in kindergarten. My mom kept telling him that he needed a haircut before school pictures.
Yeah.
Well, the day of school pictures, he went in my mom's sewing room, got the scissors, and held them up at the front of his head by his scalp and just chopped.
Bangs? What bangs?
Oh, poor thing.
He come walking out with a sock hat on is what made it so funny.
It's Morning Kicks Extra with Randy and Jen.
Hey, join us on the next edition of Morning Kicks Extra.
We're going to be asking you to fill in the blank for us.
Never have I ever what?
In the meantime, don't forget to check out our blog at kicks1025.com.
You can check out all of the latest Morning Kicks karaoke songs.
And you can watch us live on most social platforms every weekday morning starting at 7.
Make sure to like, follow, and smash that subscribe button.
Don't miss Morning Kicks with Randy and Jen. Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on the 4 states' #1 for country, Kicks 102.5.